and welcome. Welcome to kindergarten today. I just want to say hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here, tuning in, joining us, and following along for another wonderful episode of Kindergarten Online. Which is slowly coming to an end for some of us. It's gonna be so sad when I don't have to make these videos anymore, but anywho, let's not get distracted and away from the point. This week we are talking about, we're talking about the letter T, and T makes the T sound. We're also talking about, we're talking about the sight word and. You're right, we are talking about the sight word and. We're also talking about, we're learning how to draw, and we're doing some counting and math. But that's not what we're here for right now. Right now, it's time to do some reading. Sha. And so, what kind of stories are we talking about this week? Good job! We're talking about apple stories. That's right. So, I think we have 2 apple stories today because we have 2 apple activities. Because we have an apple activity and then like an apple craft. Because you know that I love crafts. Just wait. Just you wait. Because when you get to school, well, I don't know. Because school's gonna look very different this year. But I'm thinking like, I love kindergarten. I talk about all the time how kindergarten is the very best, but I also love art and crafts. Drawing is not my forte. However, doing art and craft activities, I do that all day long, every day. So I'm going to take advantage of this, that it's a short week, it's parent-teacher conference week, and you're learning from home. So we're going to have an art craft every day because why not? It's 2020, am I right? Anything goes. So let's do a little bit of work and then we can have fun with our craft. In our next activity, not this activity per se, but hopefully this activity will be nice and quick so that you can move on to your art activity. See what I'm saying? So today we're going to read Fancy Nancy, Apples Galore. Something that I love about Fancy Nancy is she just loves to be fancy, and I love to be fancy, but she's always using big, fancy college words, like galore. Do you know what galore means? Apples galore? It means like so many apples, like plenty of apples, like many apples, a lot of apples, instead of saying like Fancy Nancy and a lot of apples. She said apples galore because she's fancy like that. Wouldn't it be great if we could be fancy like that and use some fancy words? Hopefully we will. So that's the title, and the title is the name of the book, and it tells us what the story's about. Written by Jane O'Connor and pictures based on the art of Robin Priest Glasser. So the author writes the story and the illustrator draws the pictures. That's right, my friends. What do we think our story is going to be about? Put your thinking caps on one time. Look at this picture. Think of our title. Oh dear, that looks a little dangerous. Yeah, our story is going to be about Fancy Nancy and lots of apples. Look how many apples are in this picture. Wow. That's a whole lot of apples, my friend. Fancy Nancy, apples galore. I adore autumn. Autumn is a fancy word for fall. The air is so crisp. The foliage is so colorful. Foliage means leaves on the trees. Ooh la la! Today our class is going on a trip. We are going apple picking. I hope we pick gala apples. My dad likes them best, I tell Lionel. He's my trip buddy. A gala is a fancy party, so gala apples must be fancy. Normally in kindergarten, we like to take a lot of field trips too, but 2020, you know. Lionel does not answer. He covers his mouth and gags. Is he car sick? Miss Glass shouts, "Stop the bus!" Then Lionel laughs and says, "It was just a joke." Miss Glass reprimands Lionel. That is fancy for scolding. She often has to reprimand Lionel. That is like not a funny joke. That is not nice. No wonder she reprimanded him. And reprimanded means scolded, and scolded means like, hey, you shouldn't do that. Stop doing that right now. Like when you're telling someone not to do something, you know? At last we arrive at the orchard. An orchard is a garden of trees. Each tree is loaded with apples. There are apples galore. Everyone gets a basket. Everyone get a basket. Oops. Remember, do not climb on branches. Miss Glass says, there are lots of apples near the ground. I wonder what Lionel's gonna do. I pick lots of apples. Lionel juggles apples. He is an expert juggler. All of a sudden, he stops. He drops the apples and runs around in a circle. Ow, ow, ow! Bees are stinging me! Remember when he was on the bus and he pretended to throw up? I wonder if he's really being stung or if it's another joke. Miss Glass dashes over. That means she hurries to us. Lionel laughs and says, I was just joking. This friend, my goodness. That is not a funny joke, Miss Glass tells him. She reprimands Lionel some more. Remember, reprimands means scolds, and scolds is like, don't do that. You know, when you get in trouble, kind of. After that, Lionel behaves himself. We pick lots of apples. Apples galore. We pick Jonathan apples. We pick Honeycrisp apples. We do not find a tree with gala apples. Let's look over there, Lionel says, and he dashes off. Oh man, if I had a friend in my class acting like Lionel, you best believe I would not be taking him on a field trip. I don't think we should go so far away, but trip buddies must stay together, so I dash after Lionel. Voila! Here are gala apple trees. There's one problem. The apples are only on the high branches. Look at, she's running after him. A ladder is by another tree, but Lionel will not help me get it. He starts climbing up the tree. Miss Glass told us not to, I remind him. But does Lionel listen? If you said no, you are right. If you said no, you're right. He doesn't listen. Up, up he climbs. Lionel is way out on a branch. There are so many apples. Gala apples galore. Oh dear. I wonder what is going to happen. And like, he could have problem solved because like, it looks like there's grown-ups right here. And they have a ladder, like, you can always ask for help. Lionel shakes the branch, and the apples do not drop. He crawls out farther. Be careful, I say. There is a cracking sound. Is the branch breaking? Help! Help! Lionel yells. Help! Help! I yell too. Oh dear. what is going to happen to Lionel. Look at, he's all the way out on this branch. Kids nearby look over and laugh. They think it's a joke. Miss Glass does not hear us. She's too far away. Can you jump, Lionel? I ask. It's too far down, he says. Yikes. That's why we gotta follow the rules. Then I remember the ladder. I dash over and drag it back. It is so heavy. I perspire a lot. That is a fancy word for sweat. Like when you're sweaty because it's like hot, you know, perspire. Miss Glass is at the tree now. She sees that this is no joke, and together we stand up the ladder. See, that's what I was saying. Problem solve and grab the ladder. Like, great job, Fancy Nancy. That's heavy, though. I would suggest she should have gotten an adult before that. But Lionel climbs down to safety. Ah, crack. The branch breaks. Down come the apples. Miss Glass is very mad at Lionel. He cannot go on the hayride, and he cannot help make the applesauce. That's what we do in our classroom, too. We would make applesauce. Oh, I'm so sad. On the ride back, I say, thank you for the gala apples. I saved some applesauce for Lionel. He slurps it down and burps. What a goofball. Then we each eat a gala apple. They do not look fancy, but they are very tasty. That's a fancy word for yummy. There are plenty left for Dad. Gala apples galore. Aww. Oh, and those were the fancy words they used. Autumn is a fancy word for fall. Dash is a fancy word for run fast and hurry. Foliage is a fancy word for leaves on the trees. Gala is a fancy party and a kind of apple. Galore means to have a lot of something, plenty of something. Orchard is a garden of trees. Perspire is to sweat. Reprimand is to scold. And tasty is yummy. Very good. So now that we have completed that story, oh, I feel like I need a stretch. But anywho, we're going to get out our handy dandy Kinder Mail Part 2. And we are going to work on this apple page. So, it says, well, the first thing I do is always the same. Pick up my pencil and write my name. I'm laughing because, like, whoever thought it would be a good idea to make this teeny tiny namespace for like a kindergarten paper must have never taught kindergarten. So we might have to use our imagination and make it a little bit bigger. So you're gonna write your name at the top, and then it says color the apples to match the beginning sound. This requires you to pay attention and follow directions, because you're not supposed to color every picture. You're only supposed to color the ones that match the first sound. So like the first sound in bear, what's the first sound in bear? B, bear. Okay, so you're gonna color the bear, and then any of the other pictures that make the B sound you color. Like what's the first sound in bus? B. Cat, k, bird, b, right? I will show you, okay? Dun, 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 dun. Whoa, that was unnecessary. Okay, so I'm gonna start by, writing my name in this teeny tiny namespace that can only fit Mrs. W. Like, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? They weren't, is what happened. So I'm gonna color this bear. It's gonna be a brown bear. Brown bear, brown bear. What do you see? I see some children looking at me. Right? And I'm going to color this apple red. And then I'm going to color this leaf green. Okay, and so bear starts with a B sound. So what's the first sound in bus? B. That's right, B, B. Where did my yellow go? So I'm going to color the bus. I'm also going to color the apple behind the bus because remember, right now we're learning about details and coloring backgrounds and making a setting, you know, and that's what we're going to do once we're in the classroom. Cat, what's the first sound in cat? K. What's the first sound in bird? B. What? Just like that. Okay, and that's what you're doing for both sides. Coloring the first sound. All right. Hello again. It's good to see you. So my job is to identify the first sound in a word. So cat makes the k sound, not the b sound, so I left it alone. So you're going to do this for all of them. Only color the ones that make the matching sound, okay? You got this. I believe in you. Okay, please do your best. Post it on Seesaw. I can't wait to see it, and I will see you soon. Very soon. All right, bye.